Just about set for football now. It's U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today, a couple of rivals doing battle in the NFC North. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. Off we go from U.S. Bank Stadium. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 4. Here's McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And the Vikings,
they get 10 yards on the hook up there. It'll be a Vikings first down.
41-yard line.
They run, and here's the former Packer, Aaron Jones. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies, but the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass, and I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Gain of 8 makes it 3rd and 5.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I've got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
The 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. They'll send a tight end in motion. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to get the first down. He is up past the 35-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Packers first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Bernard on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. A pass taken in by Watson. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4 yards.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
They'll run the toss to Jacobs. And he'll get about 5.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier. He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And that'll set up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He's got the rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and a couple. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Love. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Love. He'll get this one out to Jacobs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got a man, it's Dobbs. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal.
Packers first down. First and goal, Green Bay.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they are on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. They'll motion a tight end right. Here's Jacobs. And he's in! Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead.
Vikings nothing. Brandon McManus.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Price now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Micah Parsons. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. On the zone read, it's McCarthy.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Minnesota.
At the 40-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one just didn't feel right from the jump. I think he sensed that he was either going to take a sack or get baited into making a bad throw. So ultimately, a good decision. Just throw the ball away.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
A gain of 10
That's
yards.
2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 44 now. Here's 2nd and 4. In motion, it's Jefferson. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
That is caught. What a throw. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. He's got it. And the Vikings will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. He fields it at the 8. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Packers offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Josh Metellus there on the tackle.
33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Love to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, second and 10. The slot man in motion right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He's taken down at the
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Here's Ryan Wright now. He's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Packers offense ready to get back at it. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Throwing on second down, Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
From the gun on third down, it's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good.
They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Love to throw it on first down. Right back to Watson. Another grab. And he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this first quarter alone. Give him a second touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Now it's McManus for the point after. It's up and through. And the Packers will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Vikings 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Price now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Jefferson, and they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Hawkinson in motion. We are through 1. It's the Packers on top. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Vikings football as we begin this second quarter. They'll come up here 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
2nd and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Over the middle, that's the tight end Hawkinson. So he's going to be taken down at about the 30. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's to the outside, and he's got Jefferson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
At the 12-yard line.
To throw is McCarthy. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone, that one's incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time. And that will lead to a second down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. And he'll take it on in. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Minnesota.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Will Riker now on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Vikings will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. In motion, Reed. On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Ivan Pace on the tackle. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Now Love. Right side, catch made by Dobbs. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
16 yards.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Green Bay first down.
16 yards. And a Packer first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Now Jacobs. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Fourth down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what they decided to do, and the defense was ready. They played assignment football, everyone did their job, and they come up with a huge fourth down stop.
They'll go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Tackle made at the 49-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hopkinson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
and this
4.
is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time.
He was covered by
and it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On play action, Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
They'll go play action with Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
It's a loss of 2.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
A 2nd down throw for Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
there's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
46-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
From the 46, here's second and 1. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Packers.
First down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Great job there by the defensive lineman. You can see, Mike, why he is one of the best interior players in the entire league, using his strength and his speed to get through into the backfield, take the running back down for a loss.
He'll get this one out to Jacobs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Love. He's got room to roam. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Packers first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From the 2 now, here's second and goal. Jacobs. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been...
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jordan Love. Touchdown, Packers. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it, and the Packers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Price now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14, and they'll begin 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. In trouble, and down he goes. Carl Brooks getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
What a first half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now McCarthy. You let this go deep for Jefferson. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Love. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got his tight end. That's Musgrave. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
That's good for a Packers.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Love. That complete to Jacobs. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. This one, up top for Dobbs. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
Really nice job there of not only tracking the ball, but then putting yourself in position to make the play. And that's step 1. I promise you step 2 on that sideline. His secondary coach is saying, hey, next time you can get your hand on the ball, let's try to come away with that takeaway.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Love. Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Back-to-back gains of 10 yards. And back-to-back first downs.
First down, Green Bay.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Looking for a third down conversion on this drive, and they only need a foot. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good, and the Packers have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Price now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Vikings offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He connects with Jordan Addison. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Second down and 3. Looking to throw. McCarthy. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Love. A quick slant. Looked in by Watson. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 30-yard line.
Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. From the gun, Here comes Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
At the 24-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd down and 9. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
18. That's good for a Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
And he'll get about 5. They take him down right near the 47.
Harrison Smith on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Love to throw. Toward the outside. Catch made by Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
17 yards.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now. And a first down to boot.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find the crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Check.
Love. It is brought in the end zone. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
McManus on for the point after. He knocks it through, and the Packers will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Vikings 14.
14
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Price now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. They'll try the left side with Jones. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll go back to Jones on first down. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
3rd and 2, and here's McCarthy. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
On first down, here's McCarthy. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Forced out wide. And he'll avoid the contact, sliding down, pick up a 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
Gain of 7.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down, give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
To throw is Love. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Love. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
On the bootleg, it's Love. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball is coming out.
41. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 8. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start.
Still 2nd down.
A 2nd down throw for Love. That one on target to Watson. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs. And defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
This is taken in by Dobbs. And the Packers are going to have it 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone, because it's 1st and goal.
Back to throw is Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
2nd and goal.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
On 2nd down, Love. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line.
What once looked like a promising drive has suddenly hit a little bit of a roadblock here, Mike. They're in scoring position, yes, but now on 3rd and goal following that 2nd down sack, this defense has a shot to come away, only giving up 3.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on 3rd down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
McManus's kick is good. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Vikings 14.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Price now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. There's Jefferson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll check this down to the running back. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's a run. It's Jones. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receiver's saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Love to throw it on first down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. A 19-yard pickup there. First down, Packers.
First down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
The man in motion is Watson. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Here's Love to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On comes the Packers punting team. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Play action, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Micah Parsons in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
So many of these possessions start with negative plays on 1st down, and you're just going to hear every offensive coordinator stress. It is so important we don't fall behind the sticks, but when you just can't pass protect and give your quarterback time, this is going to continue to happen.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hawkinson.
Initially, when the quarterback looked his tight end's way, I thought he had a chance for a big pickup. He had nice separation there early. But let's give credit to the defense. They were able to rally quickly to the ball and keep that from being an even bigger game.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 14 on the pickup. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
Another Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two first downs, and they are at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. On the run, Jones begins this 4th quarter. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
10 more
Give them
yards.
10 more on that
That's
one.
another
Just enough for
Vikings
another first down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And the Vikings.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Line.
They'll put Addison in motion. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It leads to
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
2nd and 10. He runs straight ahead with Jones. And how about that back bulldozing his way forward? A gain of 9 yards.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
3rd and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
And now this brings up a tough situation, Mike, because even if they were going to consider going for it on 4th down, how do you do so when you couldn't even manage to get a few inches on 3rd down? Disappointing result for them on that play.
They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
Vikings.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, 1st down.
A give to Jones, heading right. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
Xavier McKinney on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line.
In motion, it's Jefferson. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. He's got it at about the 8. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
And the Vikings.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And the tackle is made at about the 6.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. This one caught at the 4.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
They'll look to throw for it with McCarthy. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. T.J. Hawkinson, touchdown Vikings. Touchdown here in the fourth quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for two. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the fourth quarter.
So now McCarthy's going to bring up the Vikings, and they will go for two.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
No driver into the fullback. And he will not get to the goal line, so no tacking on 2 points. Still a 3-score game, as the difference is 18.
So you give up a touchdown on defense. The question is, how are you going to respond on the 2-point try? Well, respond did they ever? Big difference giving up 8 than there is giving up 6.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Right side, catch made by Dobbs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain of 21 on that pass play. Good for a Green Bay first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen, and that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Love. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
10 yards.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. Love quickly out to Watson. Oh, the elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up first and goal.
That's another Packers first down. 1st and goal, Green Bay.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. They're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
A run on 1st and goal. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal.
Eric Wilson. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
2nd and goal. A quick throw on the RPO is complete.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
That one is caught beyond the pylon. Romeo dives. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's McCarthy. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Aaron Jones that time. And it'll be 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. They had no time to get the separation there, and the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And When you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. First, second, third down, all three incompletions, and now it brings up fourth down, and barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's going to pick up the Vikings first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the RPO, he's just going to pitch this one forward.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. McCarthy going to look to throw again. To the right side here, pass is caught. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
To the air once more is McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Ty Felton. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That's another.
Give them 14 on that one. First down, Minnesota.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Jones. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's a throw from this offensive line. Just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Micah Parsons in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get him here again.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in, and And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
A tight end in motion now. On the ground, it's Wilson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
He was brought down by
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
A carry here for Wilson, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Got to get this to the 25. Here's third down. From the gun, it's Love. And that is incomplete. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Price now to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Vikings offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start with great field position, up at their 45. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Second and 4 at the Packers' 49-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
I just love the feel this tight end has, Mike, for the defense when they play zone coverage. Certain guys, they want to run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and they end up going from uncovered space to covered space, but not the case here. He knew he was open. He knew he was in the right spot. He stayed open. The quarterback delivered a good ball.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to get the football at their own 40.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And still 2 timeouts left for the defense, but no real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw is Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
At their 48-yard line.
Now Love. That's into the hands of Emmanuel Wilson. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.